Hello, writers. I'm Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, as well as business of screenwriting professor at the David Lynch grad program for cinematic studies. This past early June, I had the great privilege of moderating the Buyers and Sellers panel at Storytelling360, which was a great event. And for those of you who weren't able to make it or were able to make it but want to see more, I hear they're going to New York in October. So do look out for that. But on my panel, I had the great privilege of having David Boxerbaum, great agent over at Verve, Adam Kolbrenner, who's had a long, amazing career as a great manager, who's been on the forefront of a bunch of sales, as well as David Beaubaire, who is a studio executive and now is the head of his own company. But prior to having Sunset Lane, his existing company, David was a studio executive at Warner Brothers, at Paramount, at TriStar, at DreamWorks, Columbia. List goes on and on. And we had talked about during the panel the viability of a project, what makes a project appealing. And David actually was able to share something that I found really profound and simplifying in a way that was really effective and still not reductive to what it is that studio executives are looking for. So I wanted to share that with you because I know we're always asking the question, not only what are agents and managers looking for, but by extension, what are studio executives, producers, buyers looking for. So what David spoke to was something that he called CORE. And CORE stands for clear and concise, original, relatable, and entertaining. Those are the pillars that he is looking for when he is considering a project, when he would read a script and say, okay, I'm going to go fight for this script in the studio environment, and try to get my higher ups to pull the trigger on it. He was looking for those elements in every script that he got invested in. So let's break them down a little bit. Clarity of concept, concise storytelling is incredibly important. Of course, the screenplay is long and intricate, and because of that, it's really easy to lose the plot sometimes. But keeping to that clarity is so important, and we actually find that that becomes most important when you are putting together your log line, when you're putting together your arsenal of material before your screenplay starts getting submitted to places, because we get to the question of what is this really about? We also look at the originality of the material. Does the story stand out? Is it different than other stories told before in ways that are meaningful and substantial? Is it relatable? Who do we relate to? Why do we care about this? And lastly, is it entertaining? We are in the entertainment business, so while we certainly want to inspire, educate, inform, make people think and feel, entertaining is a big part of the job. So I just found what he had to say so, for lack of better words, clarifying, that I wanted to share with you in the hopes that you could consider it with any projects that you're currently developing or thinking about developing moving forward, and examine the work that you've already done with the question, what is the clear concept? Can we be concise about how we speak to it? Is it original, relatable? And lastly, is it entertaining? All right, you guys, I hope you found this helpful. Of course, subscribe and keep watching because more will be coming. You know me, can't seem to stop. So hope you're doing well, keeping productive, and hopefully we'll connect soon. Bye.